Uno momento. Now, here we go. Welcome everyone. Welcome on yet another Devs and Holders meeting number 33. With me, as usually actually, Bartek, which is our devs manager, and Mr.
Everyone.
Orwash, the guy behind the
Hi.
scenes of actually every step of the way of everything, which I'm gonna tell you in a moment actually. Which, as always, if we go to the website, active accounts on the platform 2166. Steady as she goes, up to the moon. Slowly the game is going up as usually. So yeah, welcome guys, welcome on in another episode. So before we start, guys, remember to leave a thumbs up, and if you have any questions regarding, well, any kind of subject regarding the BigShortBets platform, let us know. Remember that you can always go and visit the BigShortBets on Twitter if you are eager to be up to date with any kind of information. And there is a one post we'd like to recommend you, Mr. Orwash, this one right over here, which is the platform, the question that Mr. Orwash asked you. Which platform would you like to invest on? And we have two options: CEX with limits, DEX without limits. If you have time, maybe even now, to hop on while watching this live stream, go on Twitter and just click one of the options you'd like to answer to. Any words about this one?
Yeah, so we really want to check with the people, so how they're gonna react, what is their whether their idea of the investing, where would they like to invest the money on. The choice is pretty simple, but we want to get as many votes as possible. The poll ends on the Sunday this week, so we're gonna have the results. If you vote, you actually can see. I don't want to disclose it now, so if you are really interested in seeing the results, you just have to vote. And yeah, we'll see about that.
Yeah, that's why I'm not showing this. Let me show you the bigger screen, guys. So we have a better overview of this one right over here. So yeah, go on Twitter, leave a follow, click, vote, register to vote, and yeah, we got it. Other than
But
that,
there's actually a bigger thing behind it, because as you can see, clearly we want to describe how it goes with the centralized and decentralized exchanges. Obviously, in the centralized exchanges, you have total human system, with the changing rules and everything, like with the recent stuff that happened with the Robinhood, that investors being shut down, cut it off from their assets, and so on. And this is because mainly because centralized exchange. I know it doesn't have cons in total. It also have this pros, because centralized exchanges allows you to do some things that you can't do on the centralized exchanges. And the system is really working centrally. But on the other hand, if you are seeking for freedom, oh yeah, I see Lanky telling that it's not only Robinhood, but it's Coinbase too. People getting problem with the money. So with the decentralized exchanges, you also have this freedom, because we take the human factor out. So there's no idea how you can really affect everything in trading, basically cut off the whole system. And because of that, the whole system operating on a smart contract. So it's a computer closed sealed system. And if you want to have a computer system to operate, you firstly have to predetermine all the rules that's going to happen on the market. And those rules are basically clear and simple, because those rules are integrated in the code of the exchange, of the smart contracts that the decentralized exchange operate on. and because of that, like there's no way to make a fool out of the people that are playing the game.
Yeah.
And the only way of the affecting the conditions of the what's happening on the market is just participating by playing, the same stuff that you have on the Uniswap, where you can do basically anything that, exchange those tokens, and only this activity affects the price of the token, not anything else. And the same has to, like, blockchain. Any blockchain is really transparent. You can see all the transactions, and the same will go with us. And
Yeah.
taking, to sum up everything, that all the possibilities that you have with the decentralized exchange, it basically gives you total freedom. You have predetermined clear rules for everyone. Everyone is equal. Sometimes with this is one thing with centralized exchanges, that sometimes exchanges offers faster connection to the servers. Basically, you have this really fast connection, and you pay for that. And because of this connection, you can make everything quicker than anywhere else. So as you can see, this is not equality. It's not how things should work. On the market, everyone should be equal, and everyone should have the same rules to play. The rules should be transparent to everyone, and that would be allow to the market to be, I would say, to be just good for the people.
Yeah, speaking
This is my opinion.
of Robinhood and other stuff, there is a new puppy for everyone playing on those platforms, from what I noticed, and it's the Shiba coin, lately going straight to the moon, which is crazy when you look at the CoinGecko. It's like Dogecoin number 9, Shiba at number 10 right now, which is crazy what happened within just this week.
Exactly.
I
As
mean,
I think that basically, all the money that we see now, like the Shiba Inu is basically sucking up all the money from the market to make it pump as hard as possible. The whales are playing. It's the era of the meme coin, but the thing is, like, you can earn money on that, but sooner or later it's gonna dump,
yeah,
because there's no value. But if you're ready to take a risky decisions, it's up for you. But if you wanna have some better to invest project with fundamentals and strong and reliable, that you can hold on for a couple of years, then I suggest you invest in BigShortBets. But it's not a financial advice, not at
yep,
all. I don't
not at
suggest you
all.
people. You always do your own research before putting money in anywhere. But yeah, just like make your own research and decide based on that. But we can see it's pretty impressive. Someone lets the dogs out, and we can see that all the dogs coins are really pumping up. And
Yeah, I think I
like,
got
yeah,
this tweet. Good morning to everyone, especially to those who let the dogs out. Yep, there it
exactly.
is.
Yeah, this is trying to get some reach on the social media. So
Real-time marketing, huh?
that's how it goes. That's how it goes.
Yeah, that's how it goes. Working nice. Yeah, I mean, how could you not like the cute dog and the Shiba dog, obviously. There are also a few recommendations for you guys on Twitter. Obviously, there is an unofficial Twitter of the BigShortBets family. Great news, great posts. You can always you can also find it on Twitter. And obviously, the BigShortBets news, which is our official news aggregator of the BigShortBets project. Other than that, remember, feel free to join on the hop on the platform. There are many conversations going on. There it is, as you see. I just made a bait last week, and since I saw it, it just fly. Like, I have more alerts on the platform than I have on my Facebook account, actually, which is fun.
That's pretty cool. That getting the users to interact with the posts on the platform, I think this is pretty cool. This is something what we need, actually. But can you
Yeah.
come back for the main page, BigShortBets.com? I
There
have
we go.
some things to say. If you can refresh this for a second.
Yes,
You can
sir.
try to refresh it. So as you can see, there's already information popping on our main page. You can see that there is a huge banner, news banner that says about the BigShortBets decentralized futures market. Other than that, we have below, if you scroll, there's a first news that you have from the Medium article that the BigShortBets market launches on the 1st of
February 1st,
February
yes.
2022. And this is the information what I was talking about. But the thing is, we are also working on the to refresh everything a little bit in accordance to our communication with the market. So you can expect that to change pretty soon. And also, like we probably from the, I don't know, in 2 weeks, 1 week, you're gonna see some content about the BigShort market popping on some social media. I don't want to disclose you what it's gonna be
Okay.
by whom, but I think this should get pretty interesting for everyone. And this is one part. And of course, we are working also with some media guys, so not only associated with your cryptocurrencies, but also with the, I would say, other staff. And Rafa is working with them. We have pretty good, pretty solid and big network list, and we're gonna utilize it in the best way possible. Also, there are also articles planned with with content about BigShortBets market, the centralized futures market. So yeah, so expect that happens in the coming weeks. That's where we are going.
Amazing.
And think it's pretty good information for you because you expect that to do it. So we are starting off. Speaking of market, we also today we're going to try also answer you some questions regarding the market itself. I've got all the questions about the market I've seen on our channels, on our vendors and vendors, and on our official channels, English and Polish one. And today we're gonna try to cover with you those questions. We're gonna answer them, and yeah. So if you have any questions about the market and you couldn't really,
It's the right time to post them. I'm just opening
exactly.
my phone to have the questions in front of me, but I assume you have them too.
When we are waiting for questions, maybe I will show a small sneak peek.
Sure.
Guys, first of all, it will be in the Polish. Second thing is low fidelity mockups. It means that it's not looking like it will be looks in the application, right? So let's just remember that it's just to show developers where something should be, but not how it should be look like, right?
Exactly. It's something to open your imagination, basically.
Yeah, but maybe because we are still, but you can just imagine it's a Polish that this is a good. We just decided that the main view of market will be stable. I mean that it will be. I mean not maybe the static, but it will be always the same, right? All the positions will be below. This is the place where you have the messages from the system. For example, how many the contracts you open, how many contracts you have in a liquidation state, who is near to the liquidation, and so on and so on. This is it will be more information here, but this is the last created bait in the application. It means that if somebody will make a contract with somebody, then you will see that going like
Wait a second, Bartek, because it's still trying.
Yeah, it's still trying to
Okay.
refresh.
Sorry.
Trying to open it on the.
Let me just maybe something with my.
It's the hamsters again.
It's the hamsters. Yeah.
You should turn off your washing machine, Miko.
Yeah, I know.
Let's try to in a different way. Let's day like that. It will maybe easier. And
Don't worry, we got it.
yeah.
Oh, it's working now.
Yeah, so like I said, this is a full low fidelity mockup with the comments and something like that. And we are, because there is no time and needed to make it, let's say, beautiful image, right? We want to just show what is where and try to figure out how it's worked. So you can see there is a section for transactions. There will be option to change the contracts, the price and the quantity that you want to open. And maybe you realize there is two options. It's search and kill, and search and set this limit order. It means that there is few options to create the transactions, right? And maybe you don't remember, Pavel just mentioned last week that, maybe not this week, but 2 weeks ago, that if you are setting the price, we want to take the something that Uniswap just created, that you are only saying what the price you want to. I mean that because in the normal on the centralized exchange, you have something like that. If you are making a market transaction, you are not sure what price you will receive from the market. Like already Orwell just mentioned, then there is between, it depends on how big you are, how fast you will receive the request, and so on and so on. Here we want to make sure that you are on the same, you have the same rights to everything. So it means that we are guaranteed the price that you just set up here won't be crossed. So it's, for example, if there is, for example, you want to make a transaction up to $1,000, for example, so you want to open the buy position, so it's long, right, position. It means that you want to open in the price around 1,000 or less, right? So we are looking for position in that range. But if there is nothing less than 1,000 and 1,000, then system will stop searching for your position. In a different, in the centralized exchange, would be if you will set that 1,000, for example, and it's market and it's searching on the market. If there is transaction in 2,000, then it will be opened, right? Because this is how the centralized exchange works. And this is the way how we want to go with that as well. You can see that this position will be below, that there will be some informations about how many positions you have with who, maybe in the future as well. And as well, we are in live, we want to just show you how it's changed your gain or your losses in this position, right?
So basically what it means is system is calibrated in a way. So if you want to invest, for example, $1,000 and you want to buy certain asset, for example, big NASDAQ, sorry for saying that, big NASDAQ token. Basically it means if you set up a center price, you're going to get this amount or more of the token. Because it's gonna look for it's not gonna cross it, but it can be look for the lower asks, for example.
This is one of the things that we receive from the traders, and Rafa is one of the persons who say that it's quite important for guys who are investing in the market, right? To make sure that the price will be guaranteed in a decentralized exchange, because right now, thanks to that, you know that it will be like you want or better, right? Never the worst scenario, right? So and I think it is quite important because we want to make sure that you feel comfortable in our market and you're quite, you feel free and safe, and you what rules we have.
Yes.
Yeah. So
and you don't feel you are scammed because you are buying something and you're receiving less than it possible. So there will only possible to receive more or the same amount that you ask. So
yes.
I think
Yes, exactly. And yeah, and it's quite easy. You can imagine we don't want to make things like charts, because there is no point of that, because we are not sure how the what the levels of the prices will be, but it will be old school. Like maybe you remember, maybe some historical books about the traders, for example, about the Jesse Livermore, right? There was a telegram and there was a band going with the prices. So this is something that we want to show, right? There is no chart. This is just a last transaction like we just created for market, right? And I think it will be better for everybody because the chart is just just a noise, right? And we don't want to waste time on that. Maybe in the future, but right now we don't want to focus on that. But yeah, this is what we want to achieve. You can imagine it's quite similar to all the UI that you know for
Yes.
all the exchanges, because we
Yeah.
are as well the the developers, the people who is working on the project. We are as well spending years on the markets, on the CFDs or any other markets. So we know what is good or bad in the designs of the system that we used in the past. So we just took all our experience and just add everything here, right?
Yeah,
So
even from being an average user, you when you see all the older platforms, you want it to be as much as user friendly, obviously, and
yeah,
nice and nice. It has to look nice.
Exactly. As far as I can see here is like you always try to, when making transactions on any DEX or Uniswap or PancakeSwap, you always
Yeah.
try to look for the transactions or the movement. And this here, and you look at this on, I don't know, either Etherscan or BSC scan, and basically here you have 2-in-1. Like you can have the DEX and you can see all the transactions going.
What everything what is going on here is trading against in the context of your main asset, right? So for example, this is the Nasdaq, right, token, and this is the price of the real Nasdaq, right? So if the contract is below the price, you are buying the longs, right? If you are in the contracts in our platform, they are higher than Nasdaq, then you are selling, and this is easy like that, right? You don't need to the price chart of our contracts. You need to price of the contract that we are trying to bet, right? And this is all what you need to know.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool, and it's worth to mention that as I said before, it's gonna be operated by smart contracts, everything. So what you see over here is basically DAOs, which is the Decentralized Anonymous Organization, and what I would say it's not even a DAO, it's a DAE, which is Decentralized Autonomous Exchange. This is what we're doing right now. It is going to be purely operate without. We want to build it the way that it's not going to operate with the human input. It's going to be purely by the computer code. Everything's going to happen. It's going to be just the computer code, and it's going to be this the same as the dexes that you can see the swaps. So this is something that we want to really achieve. Not something like Binance have, more like something that Uniswap have, but for futures trading.
Yeah. So there is questions. Let me just stop sharing. Yeah. Okay. So there is question good about our coin and how it will be used in our market, right? So first of all, the BKSB token will be the used for fees, right? So the contracts will be listed in a USDC or USDT. We still try to figure out that with everybody, which will be more secure. But for sure, it will be one of the stable coins, and then the fee for transactions you need to pay in a BKSB. And as more than you have tokens, the less you pay for the fee. So the hodlers with the big amount of the the more and more in the tokens on the wallets, they will have the smaller fee on the market. And this is why we want to gratitude to all the hodlers. And as well, there is a question, because you can imagine that we don't want to take any cents for that fees. This fee is not for us. This fee is for, let's say, running the market and encouraging you to use this market. So the reward for users is that the collected fee will be split between the users and who participated in the market, at least with one transaction, and they have tokens on the wallet, right? And then case the contract will be releasing the fees to everybody who just put any transaction there according to the amount that you have. And I think it is quite fair, and it allows you to be let's say the trader on the exchange and as well be a part of the exchange, right? So it's something like this is quite. We don't want to take anything. It's not for us. It's just to make sure that it's running, right? You want to be here, and maybe there will be only people who just want to participate in this fee, right? And no, not only in the market. So this is why we do like that. As well, besides of that, we don't forget about the paid baits, the groups, and so on. So all the tokens will be used there. But we are realizing from many comments that we received and feedbacks that we collected through this 6 months, we realized that the market will be game changer, right? Not the market of the information, not the baits, but the market. This is Grace market that we try to prepare. This is I think the biggest usability that we can just, and value that we can deliver for you guys. So this is why we focus everything almost right now on that. So but there is a lot of mathematics and so on. I think that one of the questions that you just prepare, Maciej, I think it was about how we are prepared to ourselves for different scenarios, right? Like, I don't know, crashes, the lose connection to the market and so on. The good thing is that the smart contract in the blockchain is one thing, the engine that is running transactions is the second thing, and separate application, and we want to separate those two things. So we are looking for, let's say, plan B, C, and D to, for example, if everything will be, let's say, unavailable and will, for example, not running, the contract and the blockchain will be still able to just close everything and take your coins and receive them back on a MetaMask. So we are thinking about this, that if you switch everything, the contract and the blockchain will be still there to save you and make sure that you are safe with your money, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I have one question, because like every deposit and so on is gonna go through the wallet. Yes, we're gonna have our own wallet on the platform.
It means that, for example, because we are mimic the main net, right, of Ethereum, your public address for Ethereum is the same address that you are using on our private blockchain. And you are using MetaMask, for example, as a Web3 web wallet. So you can use that, or maybe connect your hard wallet connected to MetaMask. It means that if you just deposit the coins, for example, to our application in the mainnet using your public address, the amount, the same, let's say the copy of these coins will be created in our private blockchain, assigned to your wallet. It means that only you have access to that, and we can't do. I mean, nobody can just get access if you never shared with anybody your seed. Then you should be safe with that, right? So this is how we want to go with that, and I think it's quite easy. It's nothing more to do from you. One thing, maybe some of you are familiar with that. There will be question from our application to change the network from mainnet, Ethereum mainnet, to BKSB net, right? And it means that you are inside the blockchain, our private blockchain. As well, there is a question how there is any option to allows us to decentralize the blockchain, helps to be more, let's say, decentralized. Yeah, right now it's a proof of authorities, means that we can, after the verification, we can create any nodes that we want. So maybe if there is big investor that will anonymously contact with us, and we can just come up with some ideas how you can create your own node and help us to decentralize this more. Right now, we want to have a control of that, but in the future there is easy option to make it happen in an automatically way based on your tokens. So, for example, if you have 10,000 tokens, you should be able to create your own node on our private blockchain. But it's let's say still it's a plan only, and we right now we're focusing on the market, and then we will try to decentralize that as fast as possible. But right now we don't have. The market is first place, right? Right after we will create the options like that you just asked, right? But yes, we have this in our roadmap and our plans.
It's on the to-do list for later. obviously.
Exactly. And how Darkpool 1 will be awarding users, what form?
Yeah, there are a few questions about the Darkworld actually.
I can say more about the integration with Darkpool 1. Let's just keep it in the next live. It's quite hard to explain right now, but yeah, this is more like common beneficial connection, right? So we have a liquidity, they have a transactions, but yeah, we will see what's happening in the future. We still need to figure out the details, right? So yeah.
But this rewarding for transaction is here their flagship product, and basically what we're doing is just implementing their solutions to our platform to integrate it in a good way to to benefit both the users and the platform itself. So that is gonna work. I don't know I don't want to confirm it. Probably the reward's gonna be in BigShortBets tokens, but this is not a confirmed information yet. But as you can see, we are trying as much as possible to create multiple sources of organic rewarding for users. So
Sounds
the
good.
users, but if they're gonna use our platform, they're going to be rewarded in a case if they want making transactions on the market, if they're going to actually put some transactions like continuously for each transactions, they're going to be rewarded with the through the Darkpool 1 technology. Besides that, obviously participation in the the transaction fee on the blockchain, the 1.5%, which is 1% is divided proportionally through all the hodlers, and the other one was going to be on the fee on the market itself. So on top of that, you're going to have a fee for each transaction to set up on the market, and this fee also going to be distributed for all the users. So as you can see, if we when we're going to launch the market and there's going to be popping transactions, the amount of tokens on your wallet just going to rise, and this is amazing. We want to make it as good for our community, for our early holders, which is right us right now. To create the best possible environment for them to hodl the tokens. And because of that, but this will also encourage another investors to just buy and hold this token, make 1-2 transactions on the market and just hodl it and earn on that. And this creates a really reliable and stable investment through the whole year. And also we can count on the Rafa that he's gonna do as much as possible to actually somehow secure the project. Also, there's going to be when everything's going to dump, we can expect a dump as well, but we're gonna our best to secure it, to make this as smaller dump as possible. If you're gonna stay with us, just hodl through the 4 years, and you're gonna see amazing things. I'm pretty sure you're gonna see amazing things and amazing gains. But we need time for that. We need to launch market. But I think these solutions that we present and all the mechanisms, they are good, and they are really in favor for all the users and all the hodlers. So
yeah, there are not so many projects that actually do live streams every week like we do. That's the first thing. The other thing is you guys actually see it growing slowly but steadily, growing. The platform is growing, the community is growing. As you saw, 2,166 people just right now, active accounts. But other than that, the Android app, the other ways, and then the market. It takes a time, obviously, but time is money, right?
Exactly. Obviously, the time is money, and we're doing as fast as possible. But the thing is, things we are developing are pretty complex. Those aren't something that you do through the night. Everything should be nicely designed, secured, and sealed properly, so we don't have, and obviously also analyze in the spectrum of the possible exploits, but we have a plans for releasing a bug bounty program for everything. But this is something like, first we need to set up a sandbox version. We're gonna give you for our community to test it out as always, to see what's going on, what feedback they
the
has
sandbox
to them,
of the market, obviously.
Yeah, the sandbox of the market, because obviously they also have the best feedback that they have for us.
You are the best feedback.
They also they are very good testers, like they also trade. Our investors, they are also trade on the conventional market, not only on the crypto market. So they are pretty experienced, and we want to utilize this experience in the best possible way, so to benefit both them and us. And but after that, after releasing the sandbox test, then releasing the full version, we're gonna launch a bug bounty program to just see the exploits, because we want to be secure, as transparent as possible.
All right, you guys want to answer a few more questions from the chat?
Yep. And so how market will work? I will come there and create gold and sell for all users for USDT.
Yeah, so let's to set up this once again. The first version, it means that we are creating the, let's say, proof of concept market that is working. You can just make it transactions, and this is the smart contract prepared especially for that, and so on and so on. If we are sure that our engine is working in the correct way, everything is fine with the infrastructure, and the contract is working the way we want to make this contract generic, right? It means that you can come and create the bet for everything, not only for financial market, but the bet for everything, right? You can bet with anybody who is ready to accept your bet. But it's let's say the next step, right? First of all, we need to achieve the milestone, which is the first market, and then we'll try to expand that to allow users to create the markets, right? But already our code is ready to create as many as possible markets, and we don't care how many them will be created, but for sure in the first stages we will, let's say, maybe verify some of things, because it's quite easy to, let's say, scam somebody, because if there will be great smart contract and there will be everything working in our end, great, but somebody will, let's say, create an oracle source of data controlled by you, it's quite easy to manipulate the price that you are sending by oracle, right? And just cut it everybody in some, just stole their money. So in the first phases, for sure we need to make sure that everything is okay, but in the future we want to allow you to create any market that you can imagine in the bet for everything what you want. I don't know, the weather, anything what you want, we will see.
Yeah, you could shard some influencers and so on. We want to also allow that, but we need to, firstly, like Bartek said, we need to set up an oracle, and secondly, we need a reliable source of information. But obviously, at the beginning, to secure everything, if the oracles would be need to create it, all of will have to go through us. But as we're gonna polish this process to allow you guys create an oracle, but this stuff needs to be verified at the very beginning, because we don't want, like Bartek said, we don't want to exploit someone on the oracles that are created in the favor of one user and not the other. But yeah, everything for you guys, everything for you. So if we have any question, if someone new received BigShortBets tokens in private blockchain, will he can join to the platform without tokens on Ethereum network?
Yes, this is the closed environment, so it means that if the tokens just we created in the private blockchain, it means that somebody needs to deposit that to the private blockchain. There is no creating coins from the air, right? So it means that somebody needs to pay to pay to your part of the fee, right? So this is first of all, there, as well as see the question that where I need to have a token to get access to the platform. We don't care. We will check the both of the blockchains. I mean, the Ethereum blockchain as well the private blockchain. If there is at least one token on one of these networks, right, the blockchains, then we will get access to the platform. So you don't need to let's say, split it your coins, you can store them in one place, and it will be enough to get access. No, there is as well. Do you plan to release BNB on different blockchains like BNB? The private blockchain will be used to the network. If Binance will decide to list it us and use as our ASC token on their private blockchain, is up to them. We won't be able to force them or do this for them. But like I said, if the token is on a Ethereum blockchain, then everybody can do whatever they want with their private blockchain to integrate with our coin, right? So this is the same the contract that we created for our private blockchain, just the same logic, the same way how we do that. The BNB will, if they will decide to list it out on their private blockchain, then need to make something similar. There was one issue with logging in a platform during the few days. What is in the future? And yeah, there was a few. We just use very complicated security scanning software, and it would just mess it up a little bit with our communication. But as well, we changed the resources on our server, so it means that there is more resources on the server right now, so it should be better right now. And yeah, and it was just let's say our security checks. We saw that there was a great opportunity to do that, and we just scanned our application quite widely. We just a little bit crushed our node of the Tor, but yeah, everything should be fine right now.
Good.
Yeah, it's sometimes to see if we have like emergency shutdowns and so on.
Yeah,
guys,
exactly.
we need to make sure that everything is fine. So we are attacking our project because we want to make sure that everything is fine there, right? So because if we want to do that, somebody will come up and do that for us. But in this case, they won't have any good intention in that, right? So
Yeah.
what
happened with Facebook and Instagram just lately, last month?
Yeah. So there is a lot of pressure on us, especially when market just then the market is quite near, and we are taking all the ideas that they came up, and we try to test them and make sure that they won't happen in the future, right? So yeah.
Exactly, but as you can see, even the biggest giants, social media giants like Facebook or Instagram, even they, with all the infrastructures, with millions of dollars, they can even handle sometimes with if the system crashes or they have some breaches. Everything shuts down, and it just on the code and the computer. We're doing our best to prevent that, but sometimes someone is really I would say really good at what he is doing, and we can really do about him, but we can learn from that and prevent that in the future. So that's where we are doing, constantly learning and improving our platform and everything.
Sounds good.
Yeah. There's one question about the private blockchain as well.
Yeah.
So private blockchain will be full visible to everyone to look there is happens, or there's privacy solution. Your public address is like a login in our application, so we don't need any point to hide anything. So as well, we already just set up the Ethereum scanner on our private blockchain, so it will be special URL to use the Ethereum Ether scan to, let's say, looking through the transactions and smart contracts on our private blockchain. So it will be like the Ethereum Ether scan that you already know, but it will be only dedicated for our private blockchain. And thanks to that as well, there's something that we think that it will be quite interesting. The part of the market will be that you know who is your opponent, instead of, because in the centralized exchange there is no information who is your opponent. Here it will be like who is your opponent. Of course, you can just sell this contract to somebody else, and then the opponent just changing the contract. But thanks to that, there was a connection between you, because you always need to find the opponent to create the contract, right? Because it can't be more longs and shorts in the market. They always need to be sum up to the zero. So this means that if you are selling something, somebody needs to buy with this price to make a bet with you, right? So And so yeah, I think it will be quite interesting to you can see, write and ask somebody who is your opponent to, I don't know, maybe already just give up and will give you money or something. I'm just kidding, but this is something that we want to try accomplish. And yeah, and maybe there is an option to monitoring and look on the money flows on our blockchain, but this is the free market and we don't see any reasons to hide this, right? You should have all the same the same access to information like that. So this is why we want to make this public to everybody.
Yeah, the same opportunities, obviously.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you so much. I have a question for our viewers, actually. If you could just leave a nice thumb up under this video, and another thing is if you would just hop in on the platform, there you go. You can join the Telegram channel, you can join the Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, and all other stuff. So we highly recommend you to be there and be up to date with us. Another thing is we usually show a lot of insights behind the scenes, the stuff that might not be even published anywhere else than on these devs and holders live streams. So if you got spare time and you want to listen to all the insights about the project, about the platform, you can go back to the latest episodes, number 32, 31, 13, 29, and all other episodes. There is also a big show by Rafał Zaorski and also by Bartek, who's here with us today. We had a great meeting in Warsaw a few months ago, and you can still watch it on our YouTube page. If you haven't yet subscribed, please do that. And another thing, when this live stream is done, hop in, wait for it to be on the channel. There's going to be 0 comments. Leave some nice comment about, well, anything, just for the statistics, for the algorithm under the video. And if you have any questions or want to talk and ask with other users from the platform, that'd be great if you also do it under the video, under the latest live streams. And as I said, if you want to have some nice, juicy, top secret information, you can find them there, because sometimes we actually talk too much.
Yes, obviously. If you haven't seen yet the meetings that we had, those 4 videos that perfectly describes what the project is about, and what are our plans and goals, and all the integration of vendors and so on. Those 4 videos are for you, and they're in Polish language. So they're in Polish. So if you have any questions and you want to catch a glimpse of what this project is about, just watch them, or watch them all, or watch them one by one. They are divided thematically by the parts. And
do we have subtitles in English, Maciej? I think subtitles we don't have.
No, we don't have subtitles in English, but everything is in English. It's on our devs and holders meeting. But this meeting was specially designed for our Polish community and for people from Poland, because all the communication of devs and holders is in English. And if you have any problems and you prefer Polish language, so you just need to check this conference and to check this meeting, what it was all about, what we said about the project and everything. And Rafał and Bartek perfectly described. We also covered the issue with the security issues regarding to our project. So yeah, I think it's pretty interesting and worth seeing if you haven't seen it already. And besides that, also encourage you to participate in our poll on our Twitter page on deciding whether the DIX or CIX is better.
It's right here.
Drop your answer. Yes. If you want to see the results, you have to answer that. So just do it. Do it.
Just do it. Yes, and here is our star of the show. You see, this is the same guy here. Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you so much for joining tonight. And we see you next week on yet another Decent Holders meeting. Remember to leave a comment and a thumbs up. Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.